Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Where do we start this episode? Let's start this episode. Still following up on Lagos like we did last.
Wow.
Yes, guys, let me tell you something. People called me last week
Okay.
and told me
2, 3.
while I tried to do a good job,
Mm-hmm.
I missed out on a couple of things.
Wow.
I missed out on and I did. I did. There was one that wasn't too glaring because the record was released in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Shout out to Bayo Mishori. He made sure he pointed that out to me. Right?
Okay.
Bayo, you're my senior colleague.
Igwe.
You understand? You're my senior colleague. Then there's another record that we totally missed, but someone on Twitter put it out. Anyways, let's listen to Somi. Somi is a Rwandan Ugandan artist. He came to Lagos and did an album called The Lagos Music Salon, and it's a gift to Lagos. Ayo will remind people that this was the essential Afrobeats in a certain era, that Even Ezra era. Remember, Ayo?
Yep, 90s. Yep.
That beautiful 90s era, that Sun Energy era. This was, shout out to Femi Lasode. Shout out to Somi. That was beautiful. Okay, let me play the record. Bayo Mishore said, I missed out. And once he played this record, once he sent me this record and I listened to this record, he just triggered.
I have two guesses on what that record is.
I already shared
go.
it with you now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I already shared it. Yeah. And once he sent me the record, I mean, if you have another record after I play this one, please let me know.
There are two records. There are two records then.
Okay, first of all, we already said that there are like 100 records,
Obviously for Lagos.
Yeah, dedicated to Lagos. So it's not like we're trying to play everything. Because even when I was doing my research, there were like many. There's a Yinka Davis record.
Yeah, I know that one clearly.
Like there are records on records. So please, guys, cut it out. But this one stood out because it's not even done by a Nigerian band. And once he played this record, bro, he unlocked the nostalgia in my brain. That's the best thing to unlock. That's my best drug now. If you
Nostalgia about what?
If you want to scam me now, give me the nostalgias about the 80s and 90s. You probably take my money. Steve, you gotta remember this record because they would have been pumping this stuff in the South back then. This was radio, background music in the radio.
Background music in the
That is a record by a group or a band called Third World. If you guys don't know Third World, do your research. They're a band from the 70s, played all the way into the 90s. I think they're still playing till now, but yeah, very big band. And yeah, they did a record called Lagos Jump, and the record was very big. And I believe they're a UK band. The record was very big back then, and it charted, in the UK, Nigeria, big record. This record is just nostalgic to me. It just reminds me of the 90s. It reminds me of that 90s, 2000s, early 2000s Ray Power era. Switch on your radio Saturday morning, while you're doing your cleaning,
Star FM.
Before Solazo Elams comes in the afternoon with the jams. They're just giving you that vibe. You know that vibe where you switch on the radio in the morning, right? And this is crazy when you had like 2 or 3 radio sets and everybody were on the same channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you go into the room, it's the same channel, you go into Pop's room or the living room, and then you're just vibing. And you were building conversations, there was community building. We miss all those stuff. Social media just destroyed all that stuff and just segmented everything. Is it social media that destroyed radio? Maybe not. I think the quality of radio just dropped in general. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
did. Yeah,
Tell me
it
how.
has. It has. Quality of radio has dropped. Not to knock off any of the new AOPs, but OAPs back then were basically stars. They couldn't just move out. You couldn't walk on the road, and Dan Foster would have been mobbed if you walked on the streets of Lagos back then. I'm sure in other parts of the country too, they were superstars. But now,
Do you
bruh,
know the funny thing back then about radio and the radio presenters and co? Because you
yeah,
didn't have social media, you didn't really knew what they look like, except you saw them in magazines and newspapers if they got in newspapers and
yeah,
magazines. But one thing you would know is if you were at an eatery or a restaurant or somewhere and you heard the voice,
Shola
people
Thompson,
would
Radio
just walk
London
up to you
Nights.
and say, "You're Daria Taladi."
Obviously,
You
how
know,
dare you, dear Dari?
oh, how dare you, there,
Dear
Dare?
Dari.
Or oh no, you're Shola Thompson, or no, you're big time. I've heard that voice before. I know that voice,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. I mean, shout out to the guys doing what they're doing now. It's not on that level, and this is not to take away from what the people are doing now, but it's not on that level. Let's keep it a buck. It's not.
I think that was just the golden era of radio. So
Yeah. But would
yeah,
that era come back? Would
it
you
will.
have bona
It will.
fide people
It
on
will.
radio? Because the
It-
quality is not see, there was a shift that happened, and that shift happened where the radio the program managers, or I mean the establishments themselves, thought it best to hire people who could speak like Americans.
Oh yeah, that was the influx of certain radio stations in Lagos.
Yeah.
But I believe it will come back. I believe everything is 360, is a cycle, and it will come back definitely.
And I don't necessarily have a problem with that. The problem I had was when they started hiring people who weren't quality journalists or who weren't quality
Who were
radio
not trained,
presenters.
who were not
Yes,
even trained.
who were
Like,
not
yeah,
trained.
I
So
understand.
you had people on radio not giving back context to the music, not being able to carry conversations properly, or were now funnels for like fluffy content and couldn't balance with guys. We grew up in an era where I was listening to what's her name now? Damn, I forgot her name. I saw her picture the other day. She was on Metro FM. Remember the chick on Metro FM?
There were plenty. You know, I interned at Metro FM once.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
that,
all of them.
yeah.
Metro
I
FM
remember.
Metro FM had a 3-4 year stint when it was the best radio station in Lagos.
Bro, they were giving you quality back to back.
What time was that?
That was the era of Frank Doho, Sulai, there's somebody else again, Charles Anazodo.
The time frame, what year? Like what?
That
what
was
period?
06, 05, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to do like a small internship there. It was
Oh man, I've forgotten this girl's name. Damn, she was really good.
Cordelia.
Sorry?
Is it Cordelia?
No, not even. Oh, Cordelia. Mwah.
Shout
Cordelia. I
out
love you, Cordelia Ekpe.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. And Gbemi on Cool FM before even she went to before the Beat FM era, Gbemi on Cool FM was amazing as well. She
And Dan
carried.
Foster. Yeah.
Yeah, she carried. No, Gbemi was good. Anyways, man. All right, so that's the record. Lagos Jump. Then somebody tweeted at us and said, "How dare us forget this other record?" I'm like, it's not our fault, blah blah blah. It was like, how dare us?
I'm
your host for today's snare. They call me
It's of Lagos.
Ayon la snare. Ayon la snare. Alone snare. Ota snare. Ota snare. Tabia tarado snare. Okay snare. Let's go snare. Call me and like you. My lady jade. I just want to party. Ekpe dollar jade. Baby kilo wash you. Ere la wa wash you. And you know we Lagos boys are more like dog.
Yeah, and for the B-side playlist, I totally forgot one person. I mean, not more than one person. They also killed me for that as well. They killed me for that as well. Like, killed me.
Oh.
I should be flogged.
Oh my god!
Sucks.
When last did I hear this record, man?
Sucks.
I fucked up. I know.
Sucks.
I know.
Come on, man.
It's been in legacy. So.
It's in question, actually. I had to go and apologize.
Apology won't cut it, bro. This is
Now sacrifice for King's Junction, Oba's Junction.
this is ridiculous. Obaseki, I'll call Obaseki.
Let the election finish.
Let's know the punishment for Osagie.
Let the election finish, I beg.
Election finish. Edo hot now. Edo hot.
Not a whole world can see us. Little kids wanna be us. Old folks come on and greet us.
Come on.
Everyone's a star. If you believe in you, that's what you are. No be God. Keep your head up high, 'cause someday we all will kiss the sky. No be God. No matter what you do, keep up, keep doing what you do. No be God. Keep your head up high, because you know, no be say shoot bird.
Nobody say shoot bird. Shout out to Gino, and by extension, by standing on his own self. Shout out to So Sick, So Sad. I apologize. And they are close neighbors to Steve. They are close neighbors to Steve. I solo like a solo. Shout out to Sosa. Of course, you know what his reputation and pedigree is. Produced Da Green's sophomore album that blew the waters, and gone on to produce.
You said it's not a classic.
What did I say? It's not a classic.
Yes.
We'll have to revisit that conversation one day, Sha.
No, I said you guys called Da Green a legend, and I said maybe not in legend status, but like is CEO a classic album? I think in retrospect, if you want to look at the legacy, everything that happened, I think yes, it's a cult classic. You can put it there. I'm not arguing that again.
Steve, you know the problem.
It's an cult classic.
Steve, you know the problem.
Yeah.
Steve, you know the
But like
problem.
nitpicking it, nitpicking it back then, would you give it 5 over 5? Ayo wouldn't give it 5 over 5 back then. That's the thing. He would give
I think I gave it a 4 back then. But I remember I read my review recently, and I said only time will tell a true classic. And I think for a decade plus now. Bruh.
Yeah.
I still hear pop on the streets today. I still hear Ghetto
bro,
Dreams.
I'm not arguing it. It's a classic. It's 14 years. It's been 14 years.
Yeah. Steve, you know the problem? You know the problem, right? This thing. We don't have an article that tells us the classic Nigerian albums of all time. Like the greatest Nigerian albums or the classic albums. We never pointed it out. That is why people are always arguing. We need one.
We need it.
Shout out to everybody that reached us on the last episode. Yeah, I had fun doing that. And yeah, man, keeping it real. What's happening? Welcome to Loose Talk. What's happening, guys? It's going to be a short episode, by the way, because
we did now.
But we did.
Yeah,
we did. Everybody did.
For now. Everybody
we did like they did.
You did like 24 hours.
We're chilling.
Because I want day like 20. It's not me, it's Terry the Rap Man. I want day like 24 hours. Police stopped me on the street, asked me for ID.
Is that what's that second album? That's his second album. Is it on streaming platforms?
Boys Are Not Smiling.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I am not sure. Last time I checked,
you're an authority on this. So if you say you're not sure, that means you're
I'm the unofficial SWAT truth historian.
I'm telling you,
because I've heard stories.
That was my album, man.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that album.
That album was dope, actually.
Yeah, because a lot went into the album. A lot went into the album. A lot of people. I mean, we're all there now. We're all there. Yeah, I was in the sessions. I'm on the album. You know, we're in the sessions. We worked with the producers. Yeah, from creating the album. Shout out Terry the Rap Man. It's my favorite Terry the Rap Man album.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. They put a lot of work in the album. That album also has Kefi, MI, Sans Sultan, Cartier.
Cartier.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Osagie, you didn't play Cartier too, Shabba. Let's just move on. I don't ready last week.
Oh my god.
Don't
You
worry.
guys
don't
want
worry.
to you guys want to kill me. You guys
Don't
want to
worry.
kill me out here. You want to kill me. Shout out to Cartier, Owati Swagger. Oh my goodness, that was a good one. That was a good year.
That was a good year, actually.
Yeah, that was 2010. 2010 was a good year. It was a real good year. I enjoyed it.
All
But
right, you know what
anyways,
you know what you're going to help me do?
what?
The episode that will come before the Oktoberfest, I want you to give me Afrobeats records that shouts out Nigeria.
Bro, there are too many now. You want to kill me?
Like the best. I'm talking about like the best and the most
I'm
popular.
doing one
and
on
the
my IG.
dopest.
I'm doing one on my IG, but it's not Afrobeat. It's like all time, sha.
Ah.
Yeah, and it's more
Okay.
female oriented.
I
When I
don't
say
know.
female
Yeah.
oriented, people should know who I'm talking about. So at least that you have like three guesses.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
mean female oriented? I'm trying to understand.
No, I just mean that like for me, the best like patriotic pop songs are from like 3 female acts in the 80s that you can't miss. They're
Oh,
more-
are
they're
you
more-
are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about like it's independent centric, so Nigerian centric.
Yeah, Nigerian
Yeah,
centric,
Nigerian
yeah.
centric, yeah.
Very
Nigerian
patriotic pop,
centric,
yeah.
Nigerian patriotic records.
Yeah.
Like when I talked about it now,
Mhm.
Omo Nigeria just came to my head. I used to love that record. The Terry G, MI, and who again?
Nice.
Jamix, the Jamix
And
record.
Jamix,
Yeah.
the Jamix record. Thank you.
Ooh,
The Jamix
Nice was
record.
on it too. Yeah.
Nice was on it. I love that
Abi Omo
song.
Naija, Omo.
I love that song, bro.
MI.
No, MI want that song.
Fucks that song up, man.
Yeah, we got pump the speaker for this one. I'm on Nigeria. It's your boy Jamix, baby. Terry G.
Bro, this song,
Nice.
I'm black and I'm proud of my skin, yo. Me, I go to represent, yo. I'm someone like that. No matter where I got it, they go. Baby, see my man, I wanna go. I'm someone like that. 'Cause I'm proud of my country. I gotta keep it moving.
Everybody came through. A1. Everybody. Excellent performance.
I be your meadow. Fashion Lanka, he be your meadow. Obasanjo, he be Omo Naija. Ferrari Kula Goku, he be Omo Naija. Free me. Anywhere that I go, I go flash am. Green, white, green, me I no go dull am. Yeah, I go to ala nunu geno, ala tejo geno, ala you fi geno. Let's live in peace and sympathy. One love make it be in a society. No matter where you there, make you don't forget to every day the best day.
And they mean it so literal, we sometimes overcritical. I rep for the Federal Republic and the general public because I love it. Speaking in any publishing, moving straight like a hetero. Speaking with every syllable until they know we sellable. We've got resources mineral. We cheddar for we arrogant. Africa's giant citizens, we residents, and we get money like we 50 cents. The beautiful, the powerful, magnificent is evident. We resilient no matter who the president. We celebrate, accelerate, and elevate. You can't F with us like we celebrate. All night job boys just chillin'. I'm black and I'm proud and I love it. It's a wonderful feeling. See, John Mix is killing with the beat and I'm spilling. So people move your ass, raise your glass to the ceiling.
That's a jam.
Good.
Black.
That's
That's
a
a
jam.
jam. That's a jam. That's a jam. That's a jam. Is that part of your? Is that part of your green white green on your green white green playlist?
No. We are doing
No,
nostalgia
no.
beats. Nostalgia beats. We are doing
As
real
in
nostalgia beats.
female-centric and nostalgic pieces.
Yeah. So people like Veno, Fumi Adams.
Oof.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Veno has like to me the number 1 patriotic song ever in Nigeria. She just drop her like that. Say when I take peace out.
Yeah, me, I would love the Afrobeat version because I would love it. I would love the
Yeah,
Afrobeat
I'll do that
version.
too. I'll do
Yeah.
that too. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
make it text. I'll make that on text probably.
Yeah, I think this guy's records. What's the guy's name? The UK guys.
JJC and
Yes,
409.
yes, I think that their record can count for it.
Bow.
Can count
Yes,
for it.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
no,
one,
Bow,
so.
definitely, yeah,
Bow
Bow.
does,
Oh,
yeah.
Nigeria is the best land, Bow.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
God,
yeah.
you guys are taking me back. Come on.
This track is dedicated to those who are not real to themselves. Nigerian people,
Stand up.
And this was an era where Nigerians weren't proud of themselves and
They're
were
claiming
claiming
Jamo.
Jamaicans
In
the UK.
What you now? Nonsense. Yo, Tibak Bay, let you
Let's see
walk.
what about.
Oh, I love being Nigerian. If you feel the same, let me hear you go. Your pepper soup pounded yam jollof rice. If you know them food tastes nice, go. And you wanna play right now, say.
Wow.
And then drink a nice stout. What? Come on, everybody knows who we are. Yo, Super Eagle is the best team.
I don't know about that, man. I'm sorry, Steve.
No, we won yesterday. We won yesterday.
Wait, what a hater.
There's
See
a hard
Egwavon
line.
ball. See Egwavon ball yesterday.
There's
Did
a
you see
hard line. I
Egwavon's
gotta.
ball?
Their lines. Here, their
That's
lines I
where-
won't cross.
That's where you draw the line, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's where I draw the line.
You draw the VAR.
Yeah, I draw the offside line. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so the week going well. Nigeria won. Good a team. Good. I watched the game. What a way for Victor Osimhen to, just to put a lid on everything that has happened, in the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
just show people that, hey,
I still get Tamu.
I'm the man here. I'm the man.
Yeah.
What a goal. What a
Yeah.
goal. What a goal. If for those who don't know, the Super Eagles of Nigeria beat what's the Benin Republic national team?
Oh, it's
What's the-
Squirrels. The Squirrels of
Squirrels.
yeah, Squirrels of Benin.
How
Yeah.
would you call yourself a squirrel though?
Maybe not they are prominent.
Maybe that is a national identity or something.
Oh,
yeah.
maybe it's the national animal, the squirrel.
Yeah,
Okay.
national animal.
That's
So
good.
yeah.
So the eagle pounced on the squirrel yesterday. Well,
Obviously.
and we won 3-0. Interesting is that the national coach for the Beninois team is a former Super Eagles coach, Kenneth Raw. I guess as soon as he left the Super Eagles job, they just picked him up immediately.
Instantly.
You know Kukufa.
What's
Benin
your
Republic
assessment?
and-
You can't pronounce German names as good as you pronounce Dutch names, but it's fine.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I haven't. No, interestingly, I've not heard a German pronounce his name. So I've always heard his name as Kenneth Raw.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like I don't know his.
You don't know the pronunciation. I
Yeah.
understand.
What's your assessment of Kenneth Raw at the Super Eagles?
It was good. It was decent. It was good.
Yeah.
I liked him. He knew what he was doing. That's the most important thing. It's another conversation if you didn't like what he was doing or you were not convinced by his system. But he was convinced with, like, he knew what he was doing. I think it happened also with our last coach, especially at the AFCON, where he was very, very conservative, which I didn't have a problem with, although we got caught in the final. I just like coaches who know what they are doing and they stick with it and they just keep, doing what they do. Not, today you play this one, tomorrow you play this one, tomorrow. That's why I liked him. He had a system. The Super Eagles were very disciplined under him, right? Something they've lost since. They were very, very disciplined. Like, he really put them in their places. And they really respected him. He was a really, really good international coach. But, it is what it is, though. So,
One thing I didn't like about the game yesterday before Lukman scored was, and I still saw a lot of it, is everybody relying on their individual brilliance and not playing as a unit, still playing as a unit. Somebody takes the ball, does a drive, like drives in into the box 18 or the box 6, right? Like, lay the pass. Don't don't shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So it's that trust. They don't still have that trust, that unit that, okay, it's my responsibility here to make the pass. I don't need to take all the glory.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's what I just saw. But other than that, yeah, it was a good game. Shout out to them.
My only issue was the Boniface. He just looked like he didn't want to be there. And it's someone that we highly regard because of what he did last season with Leverkusen. And we often say that if he was at AFCON, things would have been easier. Like, we really rate him.
Yeah.
And for him to play his to start his first Super Eagles game in a long time and just put in that awful performance, it's not something to like. I didn't like it at all. So that's my only negative from the game. Yeah.
All right, shout out to them, man. So 3 points in. I believe the other 2 teams we are meant to play, Libya and Rwanda, maybe.
They drew now 1-1.
Yeah, they drew 1-1. So we topped the group. And that's for the AFCON qualifiers. Yeah.
Also, must be said that Ghana lost too. At home. And
was it 2-1 or 3-1?
I don't even know. And their fans were pissed off. So
Yeah,
it was a good weekend
I
for
saw
us.
them. I saw them scattering the stadium, just throwing
What?
stuff. Yeah,
Yes. Charlie.
Scatter the
Charlie's were-
stadium.
yeah,
so-
they did. Yeah, they did that.
That was not needed now. My Ghana people, how far now? Why not they do
Charlie.
like that now? Make una no do like that too. I beg, make una chill. I guess they played the day before.
Yeah, I think it's the day before. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all don't need that at all, at all, at all, at all. You don't need that at all. Anyways, let's get into the
The
proceedings.
show.
Yeah. Let's go.
Steve says, what is driving our boys mad? A 200 level student of FUNAAD. Please, what is FUNAAD?
Let me check. It's a federal university, I'm sure.
So,
Yeah, FUNAAD, please
I
help
went
me
to
out.
I went to the top 3. So I don't know. Anything below top 3, I don't
There's
know.
no
I don't.
more big 3. No, it's not a big.
Oh,
Okay,
I
you
have, to
went.
apologize, I have to apologize to you guys, Steve and Osagie first.
The
Why?
Federal University of Agriculture.
Hold on,
Abeokuta.
somebody's trying to apologize. We need to clear the air.
Oh,
Now,
please
here
let
you-
it go.
Okay. Because I touched grass yesterday and Rema is him. That's all I can say. Rema is him.
Please
Yeah.
expatiate. I'm here. I'm sat.
I
sat.
was
I'm
I was
sat.
at a place where they played Rema's, Ozeba,
Mhm.
Macham, and there was one other record. I can't remember the other record. It's one of those
Yeah.
high temp players. They played
Yeah.
it three in a row.
Yeah.
And I saw the reaction. I'm like, fuck you, man. This is artist of the year. There's no gainsaying, like fuck it. Like, bro, it was a
Bro.
madness. It was a madness. I
We'll
wish I
talk
could
about music later, but I really
Yeah.
like what has happened in Nigerian music this year. Like in terms
Yeah,
of
it's been cool.
albums, like it's been good. So we'll talk about it later. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah, FUNAAD, please.
The Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. A 200 level student. I don't like mentioning names of
Yeah, please don't.
perpetrators like that. Like I just feel that you're giving them sort of
This is more than a
popularity.
perpetrator. I think calling him a perpetrator is very light.
It's very light. Like it's
Even if you want to pull alleged in front, put it
he's an
but
alleged
please.
murderer, a killer.
Yeah.
Like so he obviously the victim was on her way to Yaba where she was doing an internship. And the rain was falling, and she sought like coverage in front of this guy's house, right? And they knew each other before, so the guy invited him to say, "Oh, come in and seek shelter." And when the rain is done, like after the rain has finished falling, you can be on your way. She came in, and typical of like idiots, he attempted to rape the girl, and the girl refused, and that led to him killing, allegedly murdering the girl. All right. And after he did that, he took started contacting her parents, her mother, her widowed mother, to seek like a ransom of 1.5 million naira.
He's
And the
killed
woman
her. He's allegedly killed her already.
Yeah, allegedly, because from the picture that he posted, right, he was holding the head of the girl, right, and so the girl couldn't sit on her own. That means like apparently like she's dead, right? That's the conclusion that various reports have drawn from the situation. And the woman was only able to come up with 350,000 naira, and he took the money through his sporty bet wallet that was linked to a Wema bank, stuff like that. And when they reported the missing person, the army started, the army located like started tracking the phone, and that's how they tracked the phone to the guy's parents' house, and they arrested him. And it's been a tough week, because you see this is a girl who was like taking actions to better her life. She was doing an internship or something, and they call it an IT, right? And she just became a victim of domestic violence again, in the hands of a man. And it's just sad to see. And allegedly also, like from Twitter reports, the guy's ex-girlfriend in 2018 died of similar circumstance, right? They said that she was just killed and disappeared. And the guy's sister too in 2020. Allegedly, that's just Twitter gist. Nothing has been confirmed from the police or from official investigation. That's just what Twitter, several Twitter gists are saying. And it's just fucking weird. Like I don't just understand. Tough week. Also in that same week, that was when the Ugandan Olympian, she competed in the last Olympics. She stays in Kenya, got into a dispute with her boyfriend over like a piece of land or something. And the guy set her on fire. And she died. Right? In the last 3 years, that's the third Kenyan athlete. That's the third female athlete that has been killed by their partners. Do you understand? Also this week, we got the reports of the 2 Nigerian brothers whose in extortion attempts led to the suicide of a 17-year-old boy in America. And this is just raise questions on like what's happening, like how we bringing up our boys for them to go into this path, because these occurrences are just too many for us to just wave it aside as, oh, people do bad things. No, people do bad things, but that people who are like really victims of this, this evil that people are doing, and how do we in the future, like what do we do to curb this, to reduce this, or even to stop it, right? It's just a conversation that has been in my mind all week, and that's why it was included in the talking points.
It's very sad. Let's start from the first story.
Yeah.
The guy's a serial killer.
Yeah, he is. Definitely.
There's no other way to describe it. It's 3 women, right? I mean,
3
it's
women.
alleged, right? The
Alleged.
investigations are
3
still
women.
going on.
Yeah.
But from the patterns we're seeing, he's an alleged serial killer. Like, let's take it. Don't take it to any mental health thing. Don't take it to we don't know what is what happened. No, it's 3 women. A girl from when 2018, his sister,
his ex-girlfriend, his sister in 2020,
and then
this in
another girl
2024. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
he tried to extort the parents after she was dead.
Yes.
This is do you understand? Like, first of all, let's before we address the other ones, can we go into the guys? Let me explain something to you. It's not fun. It's not. You're not going against the grain. You're not being the single voice in the room opposing whatever is happening. You're not pushing against conventional conversation when you try to support or question something like this.
Bro, it's mad. And
you understand? It's not cool. It's not, oh, you know what? Let me be the lone voice in the room that questions why everybody's moving towards this direction. This is not the time. This is not the time to do that. This is not the time to raise your Andrew Tate flag. This is not the time to do your high quality men BS. Read the room, shut up, and condemn it.
Thank God he said this, because the not all men conversation, it annoys me in this case, because we're talking about cases of like femicide and violence against women, and you're responding with, oh, not all men. It comes across as dismissive and insensitive. Do you get
tone deaf?
The reason why women are complaining is because there's a systematic violence and discrimination that women face, and they're talking about it, right? Because of something that has happened. So you're coming to minimize the pain and fear they're expressing, right? When something like this happens, by saying not all men. When women speak out about violence or share their experiences, they're expressing like a collective trauma. Do you get what are women around us, and how many of them do you know that have not suffered any sort of assaults from men in their lives?
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you for a fact.
Yes.
Like all the women I know in my life.
Exactly.
All the women I know in my life, there is a higher percentage of those who have been sexually assaulted than those who haven't.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So by saying
that's
not
a problem.
all men, it derails the conversation from the real problem to defending individual men who feel unfairly general. Like nobody cares about your feelings at this point. Do you get the issue?
An innocent life was lost.
Thank you. Instead, our response should be focused on empathy, understanding, and also like expressing our individual commitment to change. You might say, "Oh, I'm an upstanding guy." No, we all know, but what are you? How you help? How are you going to help to change this thing, right? Like, and we'll go to like on this podcast, we often talk about the mentorship, model that we know we think is the right way to, to change narratives, to change the culture, to change, how people have been brought up, right? And to teach younger people how to be upright and, really, really be decent human beings, right? So what's the contribution? Those are the conversations we should be having, not on me. Coming on Twitter to contribute, not on me. Like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody cares about you.
Is you trying to raise a white flag and saying I'm
Thank
better than
you.
everybody?
Exactly. Nobody cares about
So
your
you're
feelings.
comparing yourself to a serial killer. Wow.
Yes, exactly.
Like, wow. Okay, you get it.
So it's just sad to see, man.
When women discuss these things and it goes viral and they're talking about it, right? Like Steve said, they're just sharing in the collective trauma.
It's trauma.
Now, some of those traumas they're different. They come in different shapes and sizes, right? And different scenarios.
Yeah.
There's trauma as little as catcalling.
Yes.
Yes. I hate
because
that.
Thank you.
Think about it. We never experienced things like this. There are some things women have experienced that we've never experienced in our lives.
We can never understand.
You're a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, right? Your body is growing. You're experiencing growth, sprouts as a young woman, right?
Yeah.
And you then have people who are 10 years older than you on the streets who are sexualizing you. First of all, you've never gone through that at all. You're just experiencing puberty for the first time, and then you're experiencing that. How do you think that affects people?
Yeah.
And we ask ourselves, oh, why do women behave like this, or what's happening? No, it's the combination of the experiences they've gone through that has shaped their mind and sharpened the way they will interact. Because guess what? They will be on the offensive at every time.
Yeah,
you can't blame a woman for being on the offensive every time she's approached by a man. Look at, you killed her.
Imagine,
and they try to extort the parents.
Not the parents, the widowed mother. The widow.
God,
do you understand?
The guy, the guy is a pathological serial killer.
Yeah, it is. Something is wrong.
And the system should have picked up
even his tweets. There's some like the guy is on Twitter. The guys on Twitter. The guy has some weird tweets where he was talking about like, feeling at fault for his sister's death. Like he makes some weird comments. Even the account number, the woman account number that he was used, he had put it on Twitter for giveaway. Yeah, he had put it on Twitter to get giveaway. Yes, to receive donations from giveaway. Man, it's sad. And you know how these things register in the minds of women when you hear that someone attempted rape and the girl resisted, and she was killed. Do you know how many times these women have been in these situations, and they think back and say, "Oh, thank God I didn't die. Like I would have died in that situation." Like that's how trauma works.
Yeah.
Any little thing sparks it. Any conversation at all sparks it.
Oh, thank God I didn't resist.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. They start rationalizing it.
Because I'll tell you for a fact, right? The way they will look at it is, and this is how men, these men that have mental problems, this is how they think. If a woman refuses me to rape her, it's almost like I'm sure in that person's mind, they look at it that, she's won. In public, she can always say she won that bout. Yeah. So instead of that, I'll kill you.
Bruise his ego. Yeah, bruise his ego.
Yeah, he's bruising his nonsense ego. And you take the life of someone. Yeah, so yeah.
Have I ever told you a story of when I was in school, what somebody did?
No.
What?
So I had a friend. The person came to my place, and I had to leave. I had to go to school, like night class, right? So this person, I told this lady that, hey man, I have to go to night class. Hey, and I was going to. Obviously, I was hoping she would also leave, but she also had friends in the other room. So you know how these rooms were, they're big compound and had single rooms, and everybody had their own room. So she had we had mutual friends in another room. So I go to night class, come back in the morning. As I'm coming back in the morning, she calls me ranting, but I can't even. She's not coherent enough. I don't even know what's going on. I can't understand what's happening. Anyways, I get back home, only to find out that at midnight, somebody pulls a knife on her and wants to rape her
Oh.
in the room. And there were other boys in the room. And the other boys, whether they were sleeping or something, I don't know. Right? Now, I think this guy gets off on just like um instilling fear into the person he wants to like, sexually assault, right? And then that person gives in. But you know what this girl did? She switched on the lights and said, okay, stab me.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, stab me in front of everybody. And then the guy couldn't do anything anymore. And then he dropped the knife and started begging. And
Fuck.
that's how the case just died out. Like she didn't report it to the police, whatever. But we treated that guy like an
Yeah.
outcast.
Yes.
lately.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But was that enough?
Yeah. Probably not. Right.
Nope.
But
Yeah. No repercussions, no nothing,
no
right?
repercussion, nothing. But I think also like shout out to like the way it was treated, like the way you guys treated him. He would definitely know that that was not like an acceptable behavior, because it would have been worse if you guys continue to be paddy with him and even reference. I've seen cases where people reference something like that to say, I remember when you won't do this one, that babe, that level. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's not like they would just it as if it was normal, like a normal occurrence, right? So the good thing about this one was that you guys showed him that this was unacceptable behavior and outcast him,
Yeah.
right? That in itself can influence his future behavior to say, "Oh, let me not do such a thing," right? If he's not a stupid, overly stupid person, he's a stupid person, obviously, right? But if it's a system that works, there would have been things in place for you guys to take steps to further this conversation.
Yeah.
But you think about it, if you take this into the police, first of all, police go first hold on all of them will come reports.
Everybody.
Everybody will be arrested first.
Yeah.
Everybody's a suspect.
Because immediately you guys come, they've calculated the bill money. Money
Of course,
don't show.
man.
You
They
know,
don't hit targets for these
office. I will open office for these people here.
And you said you did there. You did there when the thing happened.
You did it when the thing happened.
Just come.
Oh, yeah, his
Just
friend. You're the friend of
Thank
it. Okay.
you. So before you know, the thing don't change. Like, so is that fear of what the system can even
Trust
do
in
to
this,
you?
no trust in the system.
No trust in the
No
system.
trust.
So and guys, you guys were students, right? You guys were students. And do you know what the police used to do to students at that time? Any opportunities like that, they will arrest you.
Oh, fuck
Do you
Yeah,
get-
because
a
I've been
a policeman attempted to arrest me because I was holding two ID cards, like my ID card and my girlfriend's ID card in school. Do you get? I was coming like she forgot the ID card in my room, my house. So I was going back to our hostel. So I carried my own ID card. The policeman assessed me and said, "Why was I holding two ID cards?" I just read the name on his on his cloth and asked him, "Are you ready for whatever is going to come out from this case that you're looking for? You're looking for trouble. I've apparently not done anything, but because you want bail money or something. But are you ready for what will come after it?" So the guy asked me, are you a student? I said, yes. He said, who's your father? I said, it's not about who my father is. Are you ready for what will come? So that confidence just really derailed. I just put him off. He just told me to go. But that's how much they like bullying students, because they can extort them, take money from them. So just imagine a group of boys going to talk about a case where somebody had a knife or was trying to rape a girl. They go to know all of them won't rape them. There was about to be a train. Do you get?
But
they'll just change it. So I think the trust in the system was why you guys couldn't take that further actions. If it's in other places, the guys will go there straight and talk. Even the girl will first report it, and it will be treated very well.
Yeah. It's a lot, and it goes again. You people listening to this, somebody who it has weird behavior around women. And you still tolerate this person as your friend. What are you doing? And then you say, he get that kind of behavior, but now my guy. This my guy that you people keep doing. You see someone, he has terrible reputation, bad person, dupes people, scams people, does whatever, but you say, I am my guy. And what are you benefiting from all of that?
Bros before who's?
May I've gotten to this point in my life where if you have questionable character, I don't even want you around me.
Bro, if you just show one kind of funky behavior, bye-bye. Thank you very much. See you.
I don't want you around me. I don't want to know you. Yeah, do your thing from afar. I don't know you. Whatever you see, make your hand carry on. But yeah,
it's-
this is a very sad
I guess,
case.
and so I also guess that's the role you also play individually in ensuring that like people don't you're not a perpetrator of this kind of like behavior that leads to domestic violence, this kind of killings and stuff like that. You as a person, you have to demand accountability from everybody around you, right? Like any suspicious behavior that you notice, you have to check it immediately because if
Bro,
you
we
don't,
had somebody we once worked in an office where somebody moved funny.
yeah,
Didn't do anything.
I wanted to mention this.
Yeah, he
That
moved
day.
funny that night or
that
something.
night, the following day, it
was gone.
Yeah,
And to be honest, that dude was weird. He's still
No,
no, because bro,
you know,
the dude
me and
was
Ayo used
weird.
to sit
Yeah,
down.
he was
Me
weird.
and Ayo used to
was
sit
weird.
together.
I'm looking at this
Ayo
guy.
had mentioned it to me even before this thing happened.
I could feel his energy. I'm like, bro, this nigga is off. I don't know what's about him, but
Yeah,
it's
he
off.
was weird. He was
It
weird.
was off.
But the next day he was gone. Next
It was
day,
off.
boom,
Off.
you're off.
You know who the HR be? No, they even
You
hear.
understand? You're
Oh
off.
no, they hear. all this
Everybody
kind of
signed off on it immediately. What?
Immediately.
He did that
Yeah, yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
Signed off. You're
thing.
gone.
But guess
Yeah.
what? There are offices like that. There are many offices that won't do that.
They'll
Maybe
cover
because
it up.
the guy is
Bro.
a high-level executive. He's the one bringing money to the company.
That's what I wanted to just say now.
Your
What if he was
guy-
in a position of power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, because now it becomes
It becomes
more
Power
yeah,
dynamic
difficult.
has changed
it
now.
becomes more difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So-
action won't be that swift. There'll be a lot of investigation, stuff like that.
bro,
yeah.
it might not even come out.
Yeah, true.
It might not
true.
even come out because you're just going to look at it and say, man, are we worth? It depends on the company. The company we worked in, I don't think they would even. I don't care what position of power you are going.
You're going.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. But there are other companies that would tolerate it. There are other companies that would, and we've seen
Yeah.
these things happen. People have come on social media to tweet about it, to talk about it. Remember when the
Horrible bosses.
hashtag horrible bosses, trended? It was a huge thing.
I hope now, man.
All the CEOs were shaking that. They went on his space. It was crazy. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
I think the question I have is, it's not just in Africa. It's not just in Nigeria. It's something that we've seen femicide like everywhere. But Africa's case is curious. Like it's very, very. It's curious to us because one, we can relate to it because we are from Africa, right?
Mhm.
And we are concerned, and especially because, how does this affect the future of our women? The safety of our women and stuff like that. Like, what is it? Is it like a cultural thing, or what's this thing about the entitlement of like men have over like women? We have over their agency, over their body. You want to have sex with somebody and the person said no. That does not warrant you killing him. Like, it doesn't like what leads to this kind of like behavior? Is it like society influenced? Is it like what like? That's something I've been thinking about. Like, it's very deep.
It's
Like,
very deep. It's very
is,
deep.
like,
I'll say
but
for like
it's-
the new generation or like younger people, it's something that has been passed down because it's what you see, you do. It's something that has been passed down, but you can tie this thing to cultural behaviors. You can tie this into religious behaviors. You can tie this into a lot
True.
of things.
especially for all these behaviors we're talking about, all points to like a society that that structurally has granted men more power.
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
you guys? Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the ground level of everything.
That's the ground level of everything. I
That
agree.
a woman cannot.
Yeah.
do
Yeah, that
certain
men
things
are
without
more
the
important
approval
than
of a
women.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, bro, we were in junior secondary school doing debates, and the debate topic were boys are better than girls. Or girls are
yes. Father is better than mother, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. That was like a whole
You-
debate,
you
and
know-
people
you-
were coming up to debate that boys were better
Thank
than
you.
girls, and you
Yeah.
were debating counter.
Yes.
Isn't that just?
Osagie.
And there were teachers who approved that topic.
Yes.
Osagie, if you want to set Twitter on fire right now, just go and tweet that. Is it possible to rape your wife? Is it possible for men,
It's a
husbands,
source
to
of
rape their wife?
debates on Nigeria.
Bro.
Like, it's a source of
You
What
see men
shocks
say how?
me? What
Say it's
shocks
my
me about
property
that
now.
thing is how people don't even have any decorum and
No,
don't
no.
and
Bro,
don't
there's no
have
decorum.
any.
oh. They go
have-
talking like that.
Bro, they don't care if their handle is out there or anything. They come out jumping. You
Guess
see
what?
their full name. You can take
Full
that
name.
name and put it on LinkedIn. You can see where they work.
Yeah,
They don't care.
And then
How
and
can
they'll be
you
on
say I
suit and
can-
tie.
Yes, most of the
Yeah,
time.
it's always suit and tie. It's always suit and tie. Always suit and tie is a red flag for the
Bro,
average
I
Nigerian
saw
man.
one on Twitter a while ago when someone says, if you had 24 hours to do anything illegal and not get arrested, what would you do? And people were quoting it and saying rape.
What?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We've see. You know how we say.
Yeah.
You know how we say, like in Nigeria, we have like a big crisis, right? The crisis in the economy, crisis in
No,
finances.
this is
There's
huge,
crisis in nutrition. There's
yeah,
crisis in
yes.
Thoughts.
moral values.
Yes.
Yo, that was a big
Like
one.
the
Yeah.
crisis is not segmented into one
no,
aspect
into
in the
one
country.
aspect.
It's not just economy or
total-
politics. So.
There's crisis there's crisis in education. There's crisis in like moral values. Just like the moral
Yeah.
fabric of the country is
And if you want to
distorted.
summarize that kind of society, you see, it's a failed society. That's how you.
It's
That's
It's
a
a
how.
failed.
society.
That's
Yeah,
how. Yeah, that's
it's
how
a
you
failed
build
state.
population,
It's a failed state.
you know? And,
It's a failed state.
and for years, I've rationalized this violence with because one gender has the physical dominance, like advantage over another gender. But the more I looked into it, like I sought opinions, or like I read, like I started reading about it. Like I was curious. It's more than it's like the physical advantage is even like a tiny part of it. It's just how
It's
the society
systemic.
has been
It's
struck. It's
systemic.
systemic, yeah. It's just
The
been-
physical thing is secondary. There are
It's
girls
secondary.
that girls that
Yeah.
are stronger than boys that will beat
Thank
boys.
you.
It's
Yeah.
when your
It's-
father
yeah.
has 2 kids
Yeah.
that are girls and then has a third one that is a girl and has a
Yeah.
fourth one that is a girl, then goes for a fifth until he has a son. What do you think?
It's
What kind of
it's-
message
Thank you.
is being
What are
passed to
we-
the girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that they're nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a neighbor who there were 5 girls and a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the boy ended
That
up
would-
being the most useless
And
person
that
in the
was what
family
leads.
anyways. But
Yeah, that's what that leads to a man being insecure, especially if they meet like a woman doing better than them.
yes.
Right. So to
Yeah.
Because
exert is any sort of
I've
power
been
control. There has
told
to be
and
a
designed
physical-
that I am better than you.
That I'm better off.
So
Sorry
how
to
come you
refer-
are better than me in class? How come you are
Thank
better than me
you.
at
Yeah.
work?
Thank
Sorry
you.
to refer
And
you
then
back to Twitter.
the fellow man will then say, "Oh, the guy gets the promotion, not the lady,"
Yes.
because in his own brain, he's wired to
Thank
see
you.
it as, "Oh, a
My
man
boss
must
your
always
brain.
lead."
My boss, Osagie. Do you know there are men who vehemently refuse to have a boss, a lady who's their boss? They will vehemently
Yes,
refuse. They'll be
Yes.
shaking. I see
Yes,
that.
True.
I see
It's
that panic
true.
attacks.
It's systematic. It's systematic, and we have to like there's so many. There's
Work
a lot
day.
of work to do.
Work
Work day,
day.
my brother.
when women in
Work
Nigeria
day.
say, "Oh, we live in a patriarchal society," it is true.
Yeah,
Anybody that
100%.
comes and argues it's just
Is a
wasting
fool.
their time.
It's
You don't
dumb,
get-
man.
And I
It's
understand
ignorant.
there's also another variation of guys saying women are always after our money. Guys, these are mutually exclusive things.
Oh my God,
It's not a counter of the patriarchal system. They are
No.
mutually exclusive. Leave that agenda alone. We live in a patriarchal society where some men will not listen to a woman talk. We've
Yep.
seen it happen to our mothers.
100%.
They will not listen to a woman preach.
Yeah,
Will not listen to a woman preach. My guy, only in church.
yeah. And and the reason why this thing is concerning now is because this is what leads to behaviors like this, where
Mhm.
there's entitlement to a woman's body, to her
Yeah.
agency, to her
Yeah.
thoughts, to her life. You get
Her
and if you
finance.
don't get it, you physically assault her, then kill her.
Yes.
Do you understand? Like, so that the repercussions are just too much. Okay, it's not something that we can tolerate at all.
When a woman is sexually assaulted, goes to the police station to report to fellow female officers, and then the female officers say, "Wetin you dey wear, sef?
You to see it in the way. It's not
Look
my
at
sister. It's
where,
not.
where you dey? You
As a
drink,
child of
abi?
God.
Then tell you, make you know they drink. Why you drink?
Yeah, see her tattoo. See her waist bead.
You understand? Or a woman, see, I'm aware of a case where a woman went to the police, a wife went to the police station to report that her husband was sexually and was physically assaulting her. And they sent her back home saying, "Go and sort it now, your husband now. You want me to go carry your arrest your husband? Go report to your family people, make una settle am now." That is the situation and scenario we find ourselves. And then you get mad at young women who are on the offensive immediately about anything.
Immediately.
How do you think they arrived at that
Immediately.
point?
Yeah.
Also,
It's a sad case.
I think for guys, when you are interacting with women in like private spaces, your body language should not denote danger, so that because a lot of times when women are in a space where a lot of men are, they're always on edge.
Easily now.
I
Looking for the
saw,
nearest exit,
Bro,
stuff
yeah,
the
like
thing
I saw
that.
a skit
the
yesterday.
thing can
Scouting,
go. The thing can go.
I saw a
Yes.
skit yesterday.
In a
He left
second.
sharp.
Yeah.
I saw a skit yesterday. This guy was walking. I don't know how they did it, but it's on Tom Milan Bridge. So just imagine they were walking on the streets and it was late at night. And this babe was in front of him walking. And he started walking faster. Then he just told himself, no, you're passing the wrong message. This babe will think you want to attack her. So the guy
Yeah.
crossed to the other side and started walking slowly. So that
Yeah.
there will be a lot of space between them. Those are the things that this is somebody who's in tune, who understands that. You can't be walking on the lonely road and you're walking very fast towards a woman.
Yeah.
Bro.
You know. Yeah, that's
I
cases like that where
I've definitely done that before.
Yes, in short,
where,
what me I do is I'll make sure I run past you so that so that you know that I'm in your front, there's no danger in your back, stuff like that. I'll make sure I kind of like walk past you just to make you more comfortable. I've seen that sometimes I just say one or two things just to, you know,
just cool everything down.
Just to cool everything down. But it's not easy. Like,
you see they're already worried.
You see that tense.
Yeah.
You know,
they keep looking back and like, who is this guy?
How can you be walking? How can you be walking in your neighborhood and be tense?
Yeah, you know,
Where do you think the concept of a girl carrying a book on the road came from, guys?
Yeah.
They were trying to avoid the glares and the stares, so they would take a book and act as if they were reading a book on the road while walking.
It's like their shield.
So that they would, yes, it's true. It's true. I remember having a conversation with a friend. She's married now, she has kids. And it came from the husband sending the daughter, like she's like elderly, right? Sending the daughter to go buy something on the streets, right? And you know, and she followed the daughter. And the husband said laughing that he was telling me that every time this happens, if they send the son, only the son will go, but if they send the daughter, and the daughter is like the oldest, is the oldest in the house, the oldest child. And the woman said it comes from trauma, because anytime they sent me to buy something, it traumatized me, because as I was walking on the road, people would call me, talk about my breasts, my body. And I was 14, 15, right? So anytime my parents asked me to buy something, he said she's tried explaining to her dad. Her dad said, her dad didn't like tolerate it, didn't buy the excuse. And please go and buy, like, you're always sending on errands, right? You know, and she was telling me how that has even affected her, and that if her daughter walks out of the house to do anything, no matter how short the distance is, she has to follow her daughter, or at least walk to the gates. Do you understand that? That's how this trauma thing works. She can't see her daughter walking out of the house alone, you know, no matter how short the distance is, you know, just because of what she has experienced, you know, growing up. And this is a woman that's now, I think, in her 40s, right? Late 40s or so. Look at how this thing is still affecting her.
Yeah.
You know, so
women dressed up and went to Yaba Market to protest against the sellers of clothing.
Always touching them.
To say, stop touching and grabbing us.
Yeah.
Man, bro.
Yeah. If I go to Yaba alone, nobody has ever dragged me in Yaba.
They mad.
Nobody. That's how to tell you that.
You touch my hand once. I look at you. And me, I immediately ask you, are you stupid or mad?
Exactly.
What is this?
You know,
God, no.
They don't touch me. Exactly. The most they can do is just to walk close to me.
Yeah.
And just cut in the heel.
But the way they harass
if you see the change of actions when there's a woman.
See, I get your type for house. I get your type for house. My color.
It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work, and you not all men perpetrators, like, you know, propaganda.
White lives matter too.
Thank you. You have a role to play, and the role is not all men.
Yes.
It's not all men. It's not all men.
That's not the role. That's not the role. That is not the time to do that. Do it somewhere. See, and we understand, guys, these things exist. Guys, yes. I'll give you a gist, right? And this happened a long time ago. There was someone we knew. He liked a certain lady, right? And the lady, you know, he knew the lady had sexual relations with a couple of his friends and everything, right? You know, and so he wanted to have sexual relations with this person, and they had gisted and hung out a couple of times. They got down, you know, in the bedroom, boom, boom, boom. And then, you know, the lady said, like, no. But, so there's context here. The way she said no, she was like, no, now, you know. And the guy was like, but she had given him the green light all through to that very point. So she says, no. Then he pushes a bit. Once he pushed a bit, she stood up, screamed no, right? Went out of the bedroom. People were there and claimed that he wanted to rape her,
Yeah.
and he hung it on his head.
Damn.
Now, there's a lot of context there.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But see, when this story that you're talking about came about, right? This guy kidnapping and killing. This is
Yeah.
not the time to tell this story that I'm telling.
Yeah.
Yes. This is not the
exactly.
time. It's not the time.
Tell this
Read the
story
room.
later. We know the
Later,
stories that I
not
just said
not now.
exist.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
tell it now.
Yeah.
Tell it later. Focus
Yes.
on what is being done now, which is
Yes.
there is a problem going on
There's
with
something
people
going on.
harassing,
Yeah.
assaulting, and we've graduated to killing
Yes. 100%.
young women. So
You
when
know,
people talk
so-
about femicide and all these things, don't brush it off and say. And there are some of those, Andrew Tate light kind of
Yeah.
That's
it's-
another danger.
Yeah.
platforms, Twitter
this whole
accounts
red
on.
This whole red pill.
It's, I call it, it's red pill. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
incel
red. It's
thing.
red. Yeah,
It has
Red
entered
pill.
a lot of minds of young Nigerian guys, and they
Yeah.
believe that, and it breeds hate for women. It
Yeah.
breeds hate for women. Where you say,
that's the only thing it does.
women are nothing. They are this.
Yeah.
This.
Once you have your money, you can sleep with any woman.
Yeah.
What do you think
Bro,
you're going to do there? So when you now have all your money and the woman says, "No, I don't want to sleep with you," what would you do?
You rape her now.
Yeah.
Your brain, the computing in your brain will crash
Yeah.
because you've been told all your life that all you need to do is have
Once
money.
you are
sleep with someone.
successful, yeah.
That your software will just crash. Boom.
Yeah.
Now the woman now tells you, "Oh, with all your money, I don't
No.
want to sleep with you." Their
Mhm.
brain crashes, and then it
Yeah.
leads to what? It leads to assault.
Yeah.
It leads to assault. Oh, I spent money on you now. Went to the
Yeah.
club, I did everything. They told me that if I spend money on you, everything will be fine. Boom.
Mhm.
Now I spent all the money on you and you said no. No is no. As in, should we be playing that infographic video when someone wants to
coffee.
drink tea and coffee? I
When you
want
people are
tea.
not primary four,
Is it-
primary four.
Do you understand? You're a grown-ass person. You see someone in pain.
Once
want-
once you hear no, back the fuck out.
You
Don't
see
say, "Oh,
somebody
she's
in
funny."
pain. You
Or
see
she's
somebody
saying no.
in pain, and you think it's fun to be in pain. I don't even understand how you can
You
even.
say she's just a form, Jerry. You know how women do. She's just a form.
Please, that guy, he's been arrested. I hope.
Yeah, it's been handed over to the police.
I hope he doesn't
It was the
escape.
military that arrested him.
Please,
But he
I
has not
hope
been-
the law is carried out. And
Yeah.
whatever is in the law is meted out accordingly.
Accordingly,
The full measure of the law, the full everything, made a knock out for him.
Definitely.
Is that there's okay?
There's
It
death
is
row. There's death row.
the filing and a minor is death row, right? Is that the
I
one that is
don't know.
death row?
No, but killing is death row.
Killing is
Killing,
death row.
yeah, killing is
Death
death
row.
row.
Yes.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry,
No,
I didn't make the rules. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
This
didn't.
is why I believe.
Nobody asked
This is
you
why
to
I
go
believe
kill
in capital
anybody.
punishment. I believe in capital punishment. Once you do some shit, you just too fucked up, bro. You gotta go.
Nobody asked you to go kill anybody. I'm sorry.
gotta go,
you,
man.
you do the
Sorry.
crime. You do the
You do
time. Look at the female athlete. Look at that one. To someone you said, see, guys,
You set on fire.
I'm trying to say because I read that story and I'm trying to replay it in my mind again. So you go and get gasoline or you go and get kerosene or fuel, right? And then you pour it on her, then take matches or
And
you
light her.
use like the sparkler lighter and then light the person on fire. I'm trying to figure out what sort of madness, because you have to be at a very high level of anger to do that, except you're a psychopath.
Yeah, definitely.
It could be a psychopath.
Do you understand? Except you're a psychopath. But if you're not a psychopath, you have to get to one level of anger for you to actually carry petrol
And
then
hate.
burn some. Yes,
Yes, anger and hate. Because how do you like your girlfriend?
something happening. No,
Yeah, there's something happening.
happening.
There's something going on. I don't know what it is. I'm
Or
confused.
the one in
about
India
it.
where a doctor was raped and killed and made all the doctors.
Bro,
just
did you
come
see that
out.
story in France where a man
bro.
Was drugging his wife for how many years and letting men sleep with her?
He drugged
This is
his
happening.
wife for over 2 decades, I believe.
I think
Yes.
over 3 safe.
Yes, and was
And had
was
men.
inviting men sexually assault his wife.
42 of them. So 1
Yes.
to 40. None of the guys said, "Come on now." What are
That
you doing?
hey yo, this is weird. What's up? And reported it to the police.
That is
You
why
understand?
there's a danger when stupid people come together and have a goal. This is the danger.
And have an opinion.
can have an opinion. This is it's not everybody that's meant to have an opinion on this thing. That's fucked up.
It got to 40-something people before the authorities knew about it. That's how
And
fucked
you
up
know
it
the crazy
is.
thing. The crazy thing is that it is now alleged, and they are investigating that he was doing the same thing to his daughter.
Obviously, no. If you can do that to your
Holy
wife, you're going to do that to your daughter, no?
Do you understand? It's now
Holy
that he was
shit.
doing the same. So the wife had been going to the hospital for years, trying to figure, and they would find there's nothing wrong, but her body wasn't right because he had consistently been drugging her, and then people were coming to like, bro, I didn't
Capital
make the rules
punishment.
again.
Capital punishment,
I didn't
man.
make the rules. Please,
Guillotine.
you do the crime, you do the time.
Please, please, please.
Oh, we just talked about fuel and burning, and well, speaking about fuel, Dangote, popular billionaire and now oil magnate, right? Says his fuel is now ready for
And a
market
future client
consumption.
of Global Village.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yes.
And you're going to
Fingers crossed.
source guests for him.
See, bro, it's the easiest thing ever. I'm telling you.
The guests go choke.
It's
And
the
they just
easiest
have to
thing
beef
ever.
you. You will not source for me, but you source for Dangote.
I'll source for Dangote now. You know how easy it is. I just put in the headline and I say Dangote wants to interview you.
That's it.
That's it. The first interview is with Femi Ortez. First one.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You know where you're going to do it? You know where you're going to do it?
On the yacht.
Yeah, on the yacht.
On the yacht. I
Over-
can't
overlooking-
remember. Nana and I are off.
Nana go do physical recording for that one. Nana
I'm
one
a
is
staff
one
of Global Village. Where do we come in? Where do I come in?
You're not.
I don't know about you.
You're not the staff. You're not the staff.
We are research and development. We are checking for data online when they want to collaborate.
You're not the staff. We're a 2-man squad. We'll be fine. we'll be
I'll
fine.
kidnap Nana. Let me go follow you. Go.
You know, so Dangote says his fuel is ready for market consumption. He
It's
claims
white fuel.
purer than what it is on the market. He says, this is the sample of the petrol. You see it as a different color, but this is the real deal. You are going to have a good and real product. Okay, where do we start here? How do we unpack this? First of all, congratulations. Congratulations are in order, as Nigerians will say. I don't know the details. I don't know the details of how, where the fuel is being refined. I don't know.
Okay. Like the logistics behind it, how you sell it, how it's
I don't know.
crude oil.
Steve, do you know?
No, I don't know.
You don't pass my level. I don't know those ones.
I don't know as well. Maybe I can read up on it and come back to you guys on the next episode. Because I saw a press release again saying that NNPC does not want to provide something.
It's confusing.
NNPC are the ops. NNPC is the ops.
I gotta call maybe Coco to explain to you because he's the oil guy. So maybe he'll explain.
That's our oil correspondent.
Oil correspondent.
You know Coco deals with international oil standard.
No, everything.
What it is Nigeria? 2 plus 2. Don't know how far is 22.
No. Inflow, importer, exporter, inflow, outflow.
Yes, downstream, upstream. All of them join together.
They don't go confuse Coco. Say what is happening here?
No. Ingo Sabi. So Steve, please try and get information from our this is oil industry correspondent. I just wanted to point out something that was becoming a trending topic, which is the color of the
fuel
of the product.
Yes,
that Dangote
is bringing
himself put in a bottle and put in front of the press people.
The chief marketing officer of
Dangote.
That's Blue Magic.
He became the CMO.
That's the Franklin scent of fuel.
It's becoming a very popular thing where the CEOs of companies are, becoming personality.
Yes, they're using their personality to drive their products and services.
Yes, it's become personality.
Zuckerberg and all that.
Zuckerberg,
Musk,
You see all of them. They've gymmed up, they've buffed up. Look at Elon is hanging out. Him and his wife are hanging out with UFC fighters. And all of that. So
Gemovia. I'm sorry, not Gemovia.
Lumelu.
As well. You see how he captures and just curates his whole timeline. And all of that. So I guess it's been nice to see Dangote do that as well.
I started doing that with the whole with the media campaign that he went on in the last 4 or 5 months. it's a change of strategy from Dangote that we know, who has been always
Yes.
been conservative and quiet about issues, but
Anonymous.
he went
was
all
like,
in.
He went all in. No.
That was a change of personality, if you could say that, right?
Steve,
Yeah.
you know how much
Yeah.
do you know how much invested? Why you not go
Oh,
change personality?
I did
It required a
It
change
became in
in,
Aboski
it required a change of
of personality. Yeah,
I
he
just,
required it,
personality, strategy,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to mention that first of all, for you people that will see translucent liquid and call it white,
Osagie,
please
Osagie,
stop.
you have no friends. You have no friends.
Osagie,
You have no
Osagie.
friends.
Please stop. I need you people to say.
Many of
I need
us
you to
were in
stop
art
saying.
classes. We're not in science classes. I was in science. I'm speaking on behalf of our arts, our art people.
Me, I was 50-50, but still. Translucent. Come on now. Are
Even
you
say trans. Say
Are you
trans.
Chris Okote? Are you Chris Okote? Hey, Oga. Easy.
Yeah, before I choke on this translucent liquid in my system, guys, there's nothing like white. You can't say the liquid is white, the petrol is white. White is white. Say transparent. Say something.
Yeah.
Like, don't say white.
Yeah.
What is wrong
Yeah.
with you people?
Yeah, stop disgracing our educational system.
Please.
And that's why we keep having to write that. Yes,
We will continue to write it.
No matter the English you speak, you know, no get out. Your English is
Oh
not
my
English.
God.
The English
Okay.
is not English.
Then the second thing about that is, I think it's very it was wrong. It was wrong for like the Dangote group to go with that marketing, Steve. We've talked about this already, right? The reason why the fuel was transparent or was see-through or whatever you want to call it is because fuel dye has not been added to it yet.
Yes.
So there's literally no difference between once these petrochemicals, you can call them, once they've been refined, they all look alike.
Yeah.
Fuel dye is now added to it for two reasons. One, for application sake. So you don't pour petrol into your kerosene lamp.
You don't
or
pour kerosene
whatever.
into the car or something like that.
Or you don't pour kerosene into the car because you can now differentiate with the color. So in Nigeria, petrol is pinkish. It's pinkish brown, right? It has some pinkish whatever. Kerosene, on the other hand, tilts towards being yellow. Right? Diesel is dark brown.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have other chemicals, thinner, all those other things, right? You know, you have. So people specifically add this fuel dye. Now, for every country, they have their color code. And so first one is application, like we just described. Second one is also like tax.
Yeah.
Tax
I didn't understand
levy.
that tax on Shao. I didn't understand it.
Well, again, the tax levied is it's similar to application, but like the tax levied on these petrochemicals vary.
Why did they tax them? Like, what does it vary? Why does the tax vary?
No, now people that would, if you create a product and you take it to the market and sell it, you will pay tax now for people that are buying it now.
Yes, is the tax not supposed to be constant for all?
No. The tax is not across board now. When the pricing is different, why would the tax be the same?
Oh, okay.
So there are agreements that have been made, etc., right? You know, for every 2 tankers of diesel, the tax varies across board with petrol and all of that. So that's why those things have been placed, right?
Yeah.
Now,
for our guy now to come out and now accuse everybody else of selling adulterated fuel. Yeah. It's unethical and irresponsible.
It's unethical. It's unethical because what will happen is, and I hope he doesn't release this thing into the market like this. I hope he puts the fuel dye.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he will.
I think he has to put the fuel
dye. He has to put it dye.
It will be part of the standard operating procedure now.
Yes, it's because of Wala again. It's because of another Wala again.
No, because people carry petrol and go and use it to do kerosene work now.
Exactly.
Yes, I beg. We need petrol in this country. I beg.
You know, so I think that was like false marketing. To be honest, I didn't feel it at all. And already, Samson was already saying in the bus that people were saying, Dangote Fuel,
yeah.
It's funny what latches on into the minds of everyday Nigerians.
No, see, like Steve said, Steve said that they knew it was going to catch. That's why they did it.
That's why they did it.
You can tell Nigerians that inflation has risen by 3%. Nobody's going to cut that in the bus. But show white petrol.
It just goes back to the educational level. Original average. It goes back to the educational level of, like, you know, Nigerians. That's where we find ourselves.
Yeah.
Logic is hard.
And also, I'm also disappointed at the level that I'm seeing Dangote, like I see Dangote, the company as a whole, you think that the process of coming up with like narratives like that would be refined, right? And go through like a proper system. Because if it goes through a proper system, it's not going to come out. That thing is not going to pass through my table and I'll approve it as someone in market. To say, let's go with this line, especially considering the context of how
But guess what?
the application.
Playing devil's advocate. If you told Dangote and Dangote said, no, this is what I want to do. Will you resign like some people?
No.
Due to health issues.
That's the first topic on his podcast.
So there was one boy from Mugeli who was telling me to sell something. I said,
that's the first talking point on his on the Dangote podcast. That's the first talking point. I don't know what you people are saying.
White petrol.
Or it's false. It's false marketing.
It's false marketing.
It's wrong.
So I'm looking forward to see how he's going to release it. If he eventually puts die, how he's going to change the narrative and stuff like that. Let's see what he thought. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: people are also not buying directly from the Dangote refinery.
True. So that's
before
fine.
you buy
When PC might add, whatever.
Before you buy at your filling station, who cares where it comes from? You're just concerned about the price.
Yeah.
And if it's colored or not colored, like you don't care. Okay, so on to our next topic. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, has a few days ago it was announced that he had resigned. That he resigned. I think he resigned due to health issues.
In the family.
Yeah.
Was it within the family or him?
No, in the family, immediate family.
With the family.
Okay, yeah. He cited it as medical matters presently affecting my immediate nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very vague description because the medical matters can still be him, but it's just affecting his.
It's affecting his immediate family because if it's him, it's going to affect his immediate family.
Yeah,
anyway.
It was a good one. So he stepped down from the office and boom, boom, boom. But a few days later, right, a couple of news websites, Foundation of Investigative Journalism is where I read it first. Then I saw it on Premium Times. Then I saw it on the cable that he didn't resign, or he was initially sacked, and then he asked, or as they said, begged for him to turn his resignation to save face. And then they've cited a lot of things here. He had a long-running feud with Bayo Ononuga, who is the special advisor on information and strategy.
Which we always see play out. We've seen it play out on social media.
We've seen it play out where Bayo Ononuga puts out a statement, Ajuri puts out something that's different, or somebody recalls something. There was a lot of that going back. But what I'm seeing here is that Ajuri is the one who lost the plot, and basically who decided not to collaborate with Onanuga, who also didn't integrate properly into the office, working with like the journalists, the editors,
newspapers,
and all of that. And I guess it just he reached the tipping point, and then he was asked to resign. So they said that the straw that broke the camel's back was when the Villa staff and civil servants whose work related to the president's communication strategy noticed the tension between Ngelale and Ononuga and thought that if they worked with one, then the other was against them, which is so it's basically a lot of office politics going on and all of that. I wonder how they made it work in the previous administrations, though. We didn't hear of any issues. We didn't hear of any fights. We didn't hear of, there was nothing like that. Everybody kind of collaborated and worked together.
Maybe everyone knew their place. And Tolu Iglesias is also like very, very intelligent to know what he offers, and everybody knew their place. But Bashir was their boss now, was the overall boss, right?
It was
media, so everybody knew their place. But I believe the Premium Times version of him. The Premium Times version was he saw a sack coming, right?
Yeah,
because the presidency had believed that he has not delivered, right? There's a narrative that he was so inexperienced for the role, because if you notice, this guy has not done 10 years in journalism. Roughly 10 years, right?
Yeah.
But they believe that the presidency believe, according to the Premium Times report, the presidency believe that he doesn't have like the network and contacts and the capacity like required to carry out that job. And I believe that, you know why? Because of how I know Tinubu takes the media, right? Tinubu
Very
takes the media,
closely. Very
takes the media
closely.
very closely. He
Yeah.
likes the media control.
Yes.
And in 2024, it's difficult for anybody to have that control. And I don't think Tinubu will know that. Do you get? So I
Because
think
he would just feel, well,
well, why are these reports coming out about me?
I've always been very close to
Thank you.
everybody in media.
Why is
They're all
everybody
my friends. Yeah.
Why is this
Why are
report,
they being
why is
critical?
Twitter, why are people on Twitter talking about me? Why is this website? You get? So I don't think you understand how diversified everything is on the internet in 2024. And I think you will take that blame on someone like, Ajuri,
It
right?
also feels like Ajuri, was in a high position in his high chair trying to like dictate how, the information will be spread. These things move beyond. It's not like how you said, right? If you look at how Tinubu also moves, it's very relationship based.
Very, 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 very. They felt he was. Thank you. He. That was also part of what Premium Time said. Like journalists could not reach him. He was like. So I think he. He has this. People could say he's arrogant. So he has this air about him where he doesn't like really relate with people.
Yeah.
I think that's also another problem where he couldn't bring everybody together to influence and control the narrative about the president. Do you get?
In that position you are in.
In that position you're in.
All the editors, the editor-in-chief,
everybody,
they're all
you
your
should
best
have
friends.
everybody's number. Everybody.
They are your best friends.
Everybody. You should have Samson's number.
Yes.
Like when Samson was
the problem is that Samson is proud. That's one problem. He's proud. No picking call. No go pick.
That's how. Yeah, that's how fast. That's how mad it would have been.
That's how it is. See, fam, when I worked in a company,
I remember.
Finance-based company, right? And basically, the company was like tech forward and innovation first. So so a lot of things broke at the back, and then I had to deal with the media and the consequences of the media. I was on the phone with
everybody,
journalists every day. Like I spent hours just being on the phone. I was talking to everybody.
Yeah.
I was selling the company. I was talking to them. I used to go and hang out with journalists at what do you call it? At bars.
At bars, it's true.
They were drinking beer. We'll sit down. We'll gist. I'll show them. Trying to change narratives, trying to engage people. There were random journalists or small publications that will come to the office with a story that can damage the company.
Yes.
And say, they want to publish this story. How is it? And they were looking for a quick buck.
Yeah.
I'll sit them down. I'll bring them in. And we all become friends. Okay, how can we move together? How can we move forward?
Yeah.
It's very relationship based.
That was not a position to have an air about yourself to say, man, fuck everybody, you'll be in your office or be in your car. Just chilling.
Once you do that, you are even creating enemies.
You are creating enemies.
I'll tell you for a fact. Yes, I'll tell you for a fact. When you do that, you will even have journalists conspire to deal with you.
With you. And that's what happened with Ajuri. That's what I feel happened with Ajuri.
Do you understand? It now goes from you know what? It's my job to report the story to. I go show this guy.
You know why? Because Bayo has more of those relationships than
Of
Ajuri.
course.
Thank you. So I'm sure he would have used that relationship
as a leverage.
I feel so.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
Bayo
the owner of PM News now.
He's the OG.
Do you know what PM News is?
He's the owner
of what PM News is?
Do you understand? So yeah. It wasn't a surprise. We saw it coming, especially from the back and forth they had. Yeah.
I didn't see it coming. I thought they were all like, everybody who works in Aso Rock is just tone deaf naturally. To be honest, that's why I didn't see it coming.
Not where it concerns the media, because Bart is very, very serious about it. He's very, very.
If this was Buhari, right?
That's what would have happened. We wouldn't have cared.
No, he wouldn't have cared because Buhari knows the same.
Journalists no sense.
It's like how what was the name of the loudest person in the media and publicity space in Buhari's time? What's his name again? Femi Adesina.
Femi Adesina, yeah.
Femi Adesina wouldn't be able to say the things he was saying with Buhari under Tinubu. Femi Adesina was like basically insulting people.
Yeah.
It was outlandish. He was insulting people. Straight shooting. He wouldn't be able to do some of those things because I'm sure they would have called me and say, hey, no attacking of journalists, like try and, build the relationship. So take the other angle. All of that. Well, I wish everybody the best. And yeah. All right. This Kehinde, Bankole and Joseph Edgar clip of a whole interview went viral when he asked, There were several clips, by the way. One of the clips that went viral was the one where he asked her how far she was willing to go
Yes.
in terms
For a
of
neutral.
for like a neutral, you know, and all of that. And the clip has been taken out of context. As in, I'm tired, sir.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder how the general consensus on Twitter was that the guy was stupid. I didn't understand how he got to that level. Like, I didn't understand it. I'm like, is something wrong with me?
Yeah. So this
I
is
have
one
a
of those
bias too,
times.
Sha. I'm always on the side of the media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's something about me. So maybe it was so I was checking even when you guys were saying it on the group, I'm supporting the guy, I felt all of us are media guys. Maybe we'll have the same bias. I swear. Because I didn't believe how one-sided the conversation was on Twitter.
It was very much one-sided.
Yeah.
Well, so what happened was, I'm trying to look for the clip so that we can actually play it.
Oh, I didn't put the clip there.
No, sorry. I'll find the clip now, don't worry.
Okay.
So you saying now that there's a limit to your artistic?
It has to be, I wouldn't say the word to use is that it has to be intelligent. There's sometimes you even see naked flesh and you're not thinking sensual because of the context within which you're watching
So how
it.
far can you go?
As far as it's intelligently required.
Because the people that ask me to ask you this question, that's what paid me to ask you this question. How far can you go?
If it's intelligent, if as far as it's intelligently required, not as far as it's required. Sometimes you don't need nudity, you don't need so much kissing, you don't need all of that to tell a good story. If a couple's been married for 10 years, you don't have to open the scene by telling us they're doing this sexual thing in real life. How many couples that have been together for 10 years?
So can you go nude intelligently?
I don't like that question because the answer will always be taken out of context. I will say, can I do what is artistically required? I don't want that word NUDE.
Okay.
Will always, it's not the internet.
Okay. So can you do what is artistically required?
If it's intelligent, yes. If it's required. You've seen 12 Years a Slave, where Lupita Nyong'o was tied to a tree. She was stark naked. She was being whipped. You're thinking humanity. You're thinking compassion. You're pitying her. You're not even seeing parts of her body. You're not even thinking sexually at that time. So if it is, you were thinking sexually. I think I should watch this show more.
I was thinking.
I should watch. I should look out for.
Okay, I know the problem
Am I missing
now. I
something?
can clear you. I understand the problem now.
What's the problem?
The guy's been an asshole. He's just been an ass.
Let's just finish it. It's almost done.
Yeah?
Tell me about yourself.
No, I'm not interviewing you.
Okay, she flips it on him here.
You're interviewing me. For me to be able to answer you, I must get to know something. Okay, tell me in 30 seconds something about this show that I probably didn't know before. That will make me really want to watch it.
Okay, then some other BS. First of all, shout out to Kehinde Bankole. I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a wonderful actress.
Yeah. Well, beyond being an actress, like shout out, of course, being an actress is amazing. Yeah. I mean, even in this interview, I like her responses when she said some roles don't require anybody to be nude.
That was very brilliant. Yeah.
So
very, very brilliant.
I didn't think of it that way, but she said, like, if you're writing a story of a couple of 20 years, do you really need to show a nude scene between them? They are old, like, you know.
Oh, that's 20 years, yeah.
You don't need to excite us because in the storyline, they've had like multiple sex rounds and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless the plot requires it for that. But if it doesn't, please move on.
Don't put it there. Then she says, like, you know, if the plot requires her to be artistically, you know, take off her clothes, like 12 years of a slave, she described it, etc. That's good as well. What this guy is saying is not also out of order. You understand? He didn't push it beyond. Ayo, there's a way you push this thing beyond, and you know that the name of the show is Duke Rants. The guy looks like a fucking funny guy. It's the kind of concept. It's not.
But I think the problem
was CNN.
I think the issue was that he kept hammering at that point. He kept hammering and hammering.
No. I don't think he hammered her.
He didn't hammer on that point. He was just trying. He was asking.
She went from one concept to another concept, and he kept following her from the first concept to the second concept to the third concept, which is okay. Wait, let's play it back again.
The nudity, you don't need so much. The word to use is that.
So you saying now that there's a limit to your artistic?
So that's the first question. Are you saying there's a limit to your artistic expression?
That
That
was
is, you
cool.
won't.
That was cool.
Yeah. Okay.
It has to be, I wouldn't say the word to use is that it has to be intelligent. There's sometimes you even see naked flesh and you're not thinking sensual because of the context within which you're
So
watching
how far
it.
can you go?
That's the second question. So how far
No,
can you go?
That's not my problem. I don't think that's my problem. Keep
Do you
going.
understand? So, there should be a limit to. So the guy says, oh, so how far can you go? For her, he's requiring an answer like, oh, I can't take it beyond this. I can't take. He just wants a definite answer. Okay, that's the second question.
As far as it's intelligently required.
Because the people that asked me to ask you this question, that's what paid me to ask you this question.
Yeah, no,
If
not
it's
the entire.
intelligent, if as far as it's intelligently required, not as far as it's required. Sometimes you don't need nudity, you don't need so much kissing, you don't need all of that to tell a good story. How many, if a couple's been married for 10 years, you don't have to open the scene by telling us they're doing this sexual thing in real life. How many couples that have been together for 10 years?
So can you go nude intelligently?
That's the third question now. So can you go nude? Which it's just in line in which he's describing. Like, okay, you don't need like some roles or some scenarios are not required to go nude. So he said, okay, for roles and scenarios that are required to go nude, can you do that? That's the third question.
That's
So what
not
else
the-
can you say?
I don't like that question.
Now, beautiful. She says, I don't like that question because Kehinde is also very experienced. She knows that if she answers the question yes or no, they are going to cut it up anyways
Of course.
and take it to social media. So
Which
she's
they did,
already, anticipating, and bouncing back,
clickbait.
which is brilliant. This is an interview. This is what happens in an interview.
Because the answer will always be taken out of context.
Beautiful.
I will say, can I do what is artistically required? I don't want that word NUDE.
Okay.
It will always, it's not
Okay.
the internet.
Okay. So can you do
It
it?
will
Can
always-
you do what is artistically required?
do you understand? So she describes it somewhere again. Then the guy meets her in front and says, can you do what is artistic? All he has been asking is the same question. And she's been, reframing it, which is great from her own side. And for every time she reframes it, the guy comes back and says, okay, this reframing you have reframed, can you still do it?
But didn't she answer that she can still do it?
She did. Well, she said if it's artistically required, but
Finish.
she didn't, hit it on the
See,
head.
the guy is smart. Let me tell you why this guy is smart.
Yeah.
He's looking for that part to say, yes, I can act a nude role, which is what he's looking for.
And you think he's going to cut it up and put it out?
That is what he's looking for. That's why I kept hammering this.
I even think this actual clip is possible that he is even the one that cut it up and put it out, or
Yes.
the production, because
So I think
nobody
because
knew
he need-
this. Nobody knew
Yeah.
this platform. Nobody knew
Before.
this. Yeah.
So I think that because he knew that, she's not going to say it, let me keep dragging it on and create some buzz out of it. And that is what led to this moment.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't like how the thing has gone from this to, this guy is like cynical, this guy is stupid. No,
I've never even heard of the guy before.
The name of the show is Duke Rants. Well, she went on a show where the guy rants. What do you expect? It's like going to Hollywood Unlocked. What's the name of that guy? Steve, you know this guy now. Hollywood Unlocked now.
Ryan Seacrest. Not Ryan
No.
Seacrest. though.
Jason
It was the Jason Lee.
Lee.
It's like somebody goes on Jason Lee's interview, like, what do you think he's going to ask you?
Well,
It's stupid things now. Yeah.
That's why
It's
you-
Jason Lee.
that's why
Do you
she that's why
understand?
she asked that. Please tell me about yourself. Tell me about the show. Because I
Nah,
don't think
man.
her
Yes.
media
I like
how
how
she
she
didn't-
I like how she flipped it back. That was
Yeah, she
brilliant.
did.
She's just
She did.
brilliant. She's just proper media training, and all of that. But I don't think you should dunk on a guy whose show is a fluffy show anyways.
Yeah.
She don't
You
come
know,
out.
Look
So-
at the guy. He's Cavalier. He's just chilling. And that's why I say these shows have to exist as
Yeah.
serious shows. And more shows that deal.
Formal conversations. No,
Thank
this
you.
one
Man
this
is that
informal zone.
there should be there should be balance, because I don't think there are many good shows like that.
Agreed.
Because Nigeria would tilt towards the salacious.
The playful,
yeah.
the playful part. Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's the barrier of entry is
it's low.
low.
Too
And
And
fucking low.
also, knowledge is boring. To be very honest.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, it
serious things
depends
are
on the
boring.
context. It depends on how you present
I'm
it.
telling you, knowledge is boring. Like if you want to seek knowledge, you have to read boring materials.
Yeah, because because like it's not done in a fun way.
It's exactly.
It's not done in a fun way.
It's not done in a fun way.
It's not done in a fun way. Yeah, you're true. You're learning
Yeah.
something. You're acquiring knowledge. It's not done
Thank
in a
you.
fun
It's
way.
not done in a fun way. So
Anyways, that was funny, but then it led to how people then reported it. Then there was outrage over the news coverage by
the cable.
Yeah. You know, and then there was a journalist who put out the story based on what she had
What
read.
she said,
I don't think
yeah.
she did anything bad with the story.
I read the story. I was like, bro, what's
you know, or with the
hoopla?
headline. But you know, Kehinde
Twitter.
then came on Twitter and then put a red dot on the girl's back.
Yeah.
And people started to, you know how
That's
that
okay.
happens now.
Yeah.
People
We've all been
started
there.
to attack her on social.
The Rooney girl, Renu, what's her name? Renu,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You even mentioned the writer's name when she was talking about the
they
article.
targeted her.
This is unfair.
That's
So
some
they
type of doxing now.
Yeah, and she then had to. Well, her editors had
That's
to
to take
change the headline.
they edited the story and
But she also put out a small statement saying that, you know, she writes the stories, but ultimately she doesn't write the headlines.
the headline.
Editor that,
Okay.
which is how a proper newsroom,
It
you know,
should
works.
work.
Yeah. You file in your story with your own headline, but it's up to the editor to then look at the whole story and
Either
then put an
change it or
appropriate.
leave it.
And look at the best angle. Yeah.
Anyways, the headline, the updated headline reads: Kehinde Bankole sets boundaries for accepting new roles. Which is a good headline, anyways. And
it's
a teachable moment for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that young man that did the interview, that's it's clouds. Oh, tell me about it.
It's clouds.
It's clouds. Yeah, it's clouds. But again, I wish everybody the best there. We've talked about sports already. International break was a bit boring, but yeah, watch a couple of matches. Some unsuccessful hit watches for a couple of our friends. Shout out to Dayo and Ehis. You know, they try to hit watch the.
I want to ask a question. Ask a question, please.
Yeah.
And this is Dayo. I know you're going to listen to this. When are you not a hater? As long as it doesn't concern Chelsea. When can you just be happy for other people for once?
For where? Is it possible?
I was watching the Legends game. That is Man United Celtic.
Yeah,
it was on
Rooney scored, Abi.
It was on he scored the free kick. It was on the Man United website. Man United lost on penalties. They played like a one-all draw. Well, it was a fun game. Poborski was there, Berbatov, Nicky Bott, Paul Scholes. Well, you know, Samaras played for Celtic. And honestly, while I was watching the game, I thought Dyer was going to say something in the group. Because I want to say, wait, yeah, he's watching a Legends game.
It's possible.
Yeah.
He's the Kendrick Lamar of that group.
Yeah, because he hates he was hate watching preseason games.
Yes.
It's very disturbing, Dio.
He was watching a presentation, a club presentation. It's like they were presenting the player. The player didn't jump ball well.
He was hate watching a club presentation.
I give him.
Dio was hate watching the 5 or 5 games that they were doing in the US.
Exactly.
Yeah. he was hate watching everything.
No, he's quite committed and dedicated.
Unsuccessful hit watch because the Netherlands beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 5-2.
Is it 5-2? I thought it was
5-2. All my favorite guys scored. Wout Weghorst, of course, Joshua Zirkzee, you know, and all of that. And they played Germany, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. Anyways.
Yeah, that would be an interesting game.
Yeah, the England game too was nice. I didn't watch the full game, but I watched the highlights. Declan Rice and Jack Grealish.
Jackie Ball.
Ex-Irish
players
nationals scored. Yeah. And I like how, you know, Declan Rice didn't celebrate, just put his hands up.
Maybe celebrate. Maybe the Irish can't find out.
Well, the Irish don't play. The Irish don't play.
They don't play.
They don't play. They crazy.
They don't play.
You know. And yeah, this is why it goes also won. So that was a good weekend. That was a good weekend.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, let's get into some music. Okay.
That was the first football. That was the first match I was watching on my new TV.
How was it? How did you
go? I say you people better not lose this match. I'm using our launch this TV.
No spoil this TV for me. Music. The Fireboy album. Before we talk about the Fireboy album,
okay,
guys, I stumbled on. Do you guys know who Bashi is?
Isn't he the Kenyan
UK rapper? The UK rapper.
Okay.
Yeah. The UK
rapper.
Bashi.
The guy in Top Boy now.
Yes,
Keno's
the
guy.
guy,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know him. I know.
the guy in Top Boy, fantastic.
Yeah.
He dropped an album called Being Poor is Expensive.
I've listened to it. It's a dope album.
Oh my God. Oh my
OG
goodness.
rapper now.
Oh my goodness. So at the point where I am right now in my life
Did
is
you share, when you listen to it, did you share it with us?
I don't know. You people listen to militant music in that.
no, but I shared it now. I shared it in the group now.
You shared
Yeah,
it.
I said
Osagie
it.
shared it. I does not share music.
I gatekeep music, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're very, very well. I don't know why.
I shared it. And at this point in my life, I listen to a lot of adult contemporary hip hop.
Yeah.
And this was right up my alley. So there are 4 albums that have done it for me. Well, 5, but in this context, these 4 albums have done it for me this year. Purple Doesn't Exist by AQ. Vince Staples' Dark Times. Common and Pete Rock's The Auditorium. And also Bash's Being Poor is Expensive. What an amazing album. What a delivery. Everything about this album is great. There's this record called How Black Men Lose Their Smile. Amazing. Amazing body of work.
Yo, looking back at some pictures and they had me thinking, wow, I was a happy child. Very happy, my hair nappy, running round in my nappy wild. Beautiful skin, dark chocolate brown. Really proud, temperament mild. Before the age of 1, I could count. The world was home at my nana's house. Everyone dancing, laughing loud. There was encouragement all around. Safe environment, can be myself. My hair in plaits long as any girls. Got to school, they said to take it out. That's how black men lose their smile. I was a clever child, smart, I was sharp as nails. More advanced than my whole class. Learning at their pace slowed me down. Sped through work, then would mess about. They should have given me extra help, but said I was troubled and kicked me out. That's how black men lose their smile. Yeah. System set up for me to fail. Didn't share features with my teachers. That has effects on your sense of self. That has effects on your mental health. Lies out the colonizer's mouth. Teach us we didn't build Egypt. That's how black men lose their smile.
My goodness. My goodness.
UK team, bruv. UK team, bruv.
This song, How Black Men Lose Their Smile, the track title
What's the title of
itself,
this album? Poverty is expensive or what?
Being Poor is Expensive.
Uh,
It's an amazing album. It's a classic to me. It's amazing. It's amazing, you know.
One of the best UK albums this year.
Yeah, definitely. It's right up my alley. I totally enjoyed it. But yeah, let's get back and forth with Fireboy DML. And I'll leave this to Ayo to do a full breakdown of how he feels the album is. Give it to us, Ayo.
Okay, so
Ayo,
on
first
heels
of all, back and forth or hell and back? Which one you will take? Choose one.
Hell and Back, no, bro. Hell and Back is a special song. But let me go. So on the heels of Adedamola, I wasn't really too optimistic because, you know, I felt that on his last album, Playboy, you know, Fireboy strayed a bit from his lover boy persona and decided to be a playboy fuckboy. He released a few singles. None of them were hitting as he should. So I was really hyped about it, you know. But then he dropped the album out and I said, okay, you know what, we'll listen to it. And bro, from the first listen, I said, yes, the boy is back. Damola is back. This is music at the end. Like, this is pure music. This is him at his most refreshed, most relaxed since probably his debut album. The first set of tracks, oh my God. It feels like a 90s album made on a very, very high level. The saxophone was saxing, getting...
I believe he's the best singer from the new guys. Like in terms of singer, pure voice. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
100%.
Him getting the OG Lagbaja, nice. Nobody saw that coming. Lagbaja, once again, please, we need your songs on DSP. This is how young people appreciate you. We understand that you don't like the model. Nobody likes, even the Beatles don't like streaming. But at the end of the day, their music is their music. I beg, Baba. I was not surprised he went as the first single. The collabo with Lil J. Oh, smokes. Like, guy. Wande's Bob. I don't know how you take Wandeko's flow and you do it on your own and you create a monster. But shout out to him for doing that. Hell and Back. Oh, my Lord. You know they call problem.
That song almost made me not to listen to the album. You know when you're playing an album, you get to one song and you're stuck.
I got to that place and I was listening to like 10 times. 10 times in a row. Because I'm like,
that song is a problem.
what is this? You know, there's the interlude with what's the name of that guy? Hold on. Osagie, can you get the track list there?
Yeah, I have it here now. Which of the interview are you talking about?
Oh,
The
with
one
John Baptiste.
The John Baptiste.
Yes,
Yes,
ready,
the one with
ready,
John Baptiste. Yeah.
ready with John Baptiste.
Yeah.
Fireboy just wanted to show that he has voice. He has choir voice. They sing. The boy was singing. The record with Shenkuti, Ecstasy. If you play that record with your partner, get ready to buy Pampers in 9 months, because it's that bad. And he pleasantly surprised everybody. Even the singles he released before on this album now, they sound way better, cleaner, fresher. And people are rightly saying that this belongs in the conversation for album of the year. And I can't disagree.
Yeah.
This is a well put together album. The arrangement. Shout out to Bado for doing this, man. And wonderful album. It's good to see Fireboy back, because there were question marks over, is he out of the game? Is he gone? But this right here, my nigga, this crack. This is the real crack right here. This is 80s crack. This is real good music, and I'm happy for the dude.
That's tough.
Correct. Let's listen to what? Hell, I'm back.
Hell, I'm back. That's
Make people hear you. Maybe they hear Gbedu.
That's the jam.
It's obvious you haven't found a replacement. I know you in and out, so I cannot be mistaken. Girl, I know you miss it when I'm driving you crazy, wiping you naked, riding and shaking. Oh, the yama, you are saying online. I see la balaba for my belly, don't die. I will never ever let it survive. I'm gonna tell you, they make me want cry. Oh, now you want me back after putting me through hell and back. I thought I told you that I'm done with that. So tell me why you want me back. Oh, now you want me back after putting me through hell and back. I thought I told you that I'm done with that. So tell me why you want me back. Kill him, money, yo. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
One day's Bob, let's go.
Anybody want pop? I'ma make it them pop, and you wanna see ladies. When I step up in the club, with a biggie bum bum, and you wanna see ladies. Too many guys in the club tonight. I wanna see ladies. If you like picky pop, anything you want pop, and you wanna see ladies. Making money daily. All the girls say I'm driving them crazy. They wanna be in my playlist. Shabby, tell her, you know they call me baby. Now I'm making money, now you love me.
It is amazing how One Day Cool has
Smoke.
become a template, and
Hey, now, yes.
I'm glad he's getting his
Flowers.
his flowers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love what Arasta did on her album
Jazzy
Jazzy
Song.
Song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Easy guy.
Yeah. Shout out to
And
One Day Cool.
I asked Aya one time about when he said Whiskey's and Superstar, ushered in the new wave of Afrobeat. I had a problem with that because of how I rate Moshi Tomohi. But he explained that the talent level at that time was just too much to replicate. So I believe these young guys are going back to the one day template because they feel they can do it. So that's why they are. And Damola has Fireboy has the voice.
I hear that falsetto now that he was taking one.
Bro, cool. Yeah, so yeah,
You know what I
that's
love about Fireboy the most?
What?
Is the sincerity in his lyrics.
and
Yeah.
his respect for what has been done before in terms of
Yeah.
Afrobeats. That's why he goes
Yeah.
back to these guys one day, Lagbaja, Seun Kuti.
Seun
Like
Kuti.
I think he has like a reverence for what they've done,
Yeah.
and he reflects in how he features them. I love that.
Yeah. Like Ayo mentioned, it's a comeback because Playboy wasn't a great album.
Yeah, it
The first two
wasn't.
albums amazing. LTG, Laughter, Tears, and Goosebumps, amazing. Apollo to me, Apollo is like the top because Apollo is dark and I love dark stuff. So I love Apollo. Playboy wasn't it. It was a good album, but wasn't it definitely. But yeah, with the comeback of his album, and here's the thing, right? He's set. So it's him, Black Bones, Joe Boy, that set, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
It's cycling out of their set into another set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he said he's leaving that set, like he's transcending out of that
Yes,
set, right? Yeah,
because
Yeah.
that set is being cycled out now, whether you like it
Oh
or not.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't, and this is again, I say this with all respect, and
By
me
which
just
set?
being the Fireboy, Joe Boy, Black Bones. There's a
that-
set
Rema.
of
Rema
That's
on my
okay.
leader.
And so you have to cycle out of that sound and that feel because you are now regarded as. Let me explain to you. This Afrobeats thing, like Ayo always says, and culture, it's a young man's thing.
They go
It
kill
is.
you.
Okay,
It
the
is.
way we look, the way we were in our 30s, right? The way we look at some of the artists who came when we were already like working, had 9 to 5s. It's not how a 19, 20-year-old will see the person. And if the average age of the population keeps being that 19, 20, that should be your center of being described as pop culture, music, and whatever, not
Agreed.
us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that there are young people right now that don't know Damiduro as a record.
yeah.
Or they don't
And
understand its
Damiduro-
impact.
They don't.
They don't.
So they only know what you dropped today.
Yeah.
They only know the record you dropped today. So they don't know. And so think about it. When Fireboy dropped Laughter, Tears, and Goosebumps, how many years ago? It's 4 years ago.
It's 4.
Yes.
It's
Was it a
2019.
COVID album?
2019.
29. So 5 years ago,
2019.
right? Check it out. A
Damn.
19-year-old now, 5 years ago was 14 and probably didn't know the records.
He didn't know the record.
Didn't go through the experience, didn't see the cover art, didn't experience any of that. So this
Sure.
is that person's first introduction to
Sure.
Fireboy now.
Sure.
And so you always have to cycle out of that.
Fireboy
old
don't turn
stuff.
OG now. Yeah, Fireboy don't turn OG.
You
Fireboy
need,
don't
you
turn
have,
OG.
yeah, you have to cycle out of that old stuff and reinvent yourself. And I think
Every
one person
5 years.
one person that was able to do that thing like clearly was Michael Jackson. Because every
Oh,
time Michael
yes.
Jackson came with a new album, he looked like a new artist.
New
It had
identity.
nothing to do with his previous stuff. The concept, the coloring, the theme, everything was like this guy is fresh. Thriller had nothing. I think the only two albums to me that have that kind of feel is Thriller and Off the Wall. But
Yeah.
everything after that, Bad is different from Dangerous.
Yes.
Like they follow each other now. 79 and maybe I don't know. Not 79, like maybe 80, 85 and 90. But like the album and Bad is a very different album from Dangerous. Like entirely different. So I think that's what you have to do as an artist. Continue to refresh yourself. And it's good to see how he's refreshed himself with this album. Anything that has Seun Kuti on it, I'm listening. I'm sorry, Seun Kuti.
Bro.
Sheokuzi said they told him that the video will have beautiful women. He said, "Oh yeah, let's record."
Can you hear that? This is what I love.
It's mood music.
Ecstasy, that is what I'm feeling when you're next to me. Tell me what to do, just like a recipe. You know what you're doing to me mentally, but eventually I want you sexually. My hands on your body like a real consent. You can call it love or call it destiny, but when I meet you, baby, it's ecstasy. All the butterflies within my belly when they start to fly. Now the paradise within your body, I visualize. And I don't realize when I'm looking deep into your eyes. All I feel is ecstasy. baby, I've been calling your phone. Put your body on my body and tell me I've been your own. The feeling you be giving me, be driving me at a zone. See my medulla up long that it is catago. Umatago, you cannot do this all alone. If I go to your body, you go to miss me when I'm gone. Cannot do this all alone. Cannot kiss me to the phone. Wanna let you know every day I want to make you more. Baby, leave me, baby, Jawa my love. Hold me like a cover, press me like a piano. I've been on the road and I have been on my own. I just need some ecstasy. That is what I'm feeling when you're next to me. Tell me what to do, just like a recipe. You know what you're doing to me mentally, but eventually I want you sexually. My hands on your body like a wheel consent. You can call it love or call it destiny. But when I meet you,
Nah.
The boy knows. He knows Nigerian music well.
Yeah.
You know him.
I've told you, he reminds me of Plantation Boys. That's what he reminds me of. That era.
You could fit into that Plantation Boys mood well.
That's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of Plantation Boys. It reminds me of that phase. He reminds me of that old school. He personifies Nigerian R&B.
Yeah.
Very well.
He does.
You know, something one other guy tries to do and doesn't execute it. He actually does it well.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So shout out to Adedamola. Shout out to him. All right, man. We're just gonna do. We don't have time for fan mail. Actually, we don't have time for fan mail. We'll do all the
next
fan
week.
mails. Yeah, and we have one person for the love of IO. We actually have one person.
Thank God, not buy red balloon.
But we're doing that. And did you buy the pin? The safety.
You did.
All right, but we'll do all of that next week. It's a short episode, like we told you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys loved the episode. I hope you guys have a fantastic week out there. I hope you guys go ahead and conquer all the things that need to be conquered. I hope you guys find what you are looking for. And I mean that in a positive way, by the way. Since we mentioned Lagbaja, let's leave you in the hands of Lagbaja himself. Let's leave you in the hands of
the Max one. Hey.
Kàkà kó ṣe tíya, ó fẹ́ lọ ṣàyà lọ́ọ̀yà ẹlẹ́jọ́ wẹ́wẹ́. Ojoojúmọ́ ń kọ́ ilé ẹjọ́. Ojú rẹ̀ já. Ọ̀dà. Ojú rẹ̀ já. Charge and bail. My lord, sir.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our greener pastures, where courage meets opportunities and dreams take flight beyond borders. I'm your host, Tele, a Nigerian immigrant living in Canada, and I'm inviting you on this journey through the lives of Nigerians who have dared to venture far from home. From the struggles of adapting to new cultures to the triumphs of making global impact. These stories are more than just narratives. They're a testament to the indomitable Nigerian spirits. So join me every other week with a lineup of amazing guests as we uncover the raw, the real, sometimes emotional, but always exciting stories of people who have dared to venture far from home. Whether you're in Lagos or Los Angeles, our greener pastures is the connection to the diaspora's hearts and hustle. Subscribe now everywhere you get your favorite podcast and follow our Instagram page to join the conversation, and let's embark on this journey together. Till then, bye.